Hey everyone, it's Joel from the Fun Pimps. How have you all been doing? It's been a while, but we are here to talk about Alpha 17. We've got a lot of work done. We've just been kind of keeping our head down and working, and I'd rather show features that are in and working than really talk about and show things that are kind of work in progress. So I wanted to share with you guys some uh, new amazing concept art that our new concept artist has drawn. And this is one of Duke's initiates. Basically, his first grunts that they kind of bring into the fold. And it's an NPC character. These guys are gonna probably attack on sight, or depends on factions and things like that. Who you're aligned with, if you're aligned with the Duke or you're aligned with the White River Settlement. So yeah, he's pretty much melee guy and heavily armored, and yeah, it looks pretty cool. We haven't really started modeling or texturing it yet, but we like the concept. And this is a Carson Maxwell. He's a runner for the White River Settlement. He's basically a guy that delivers, goes scavenging for parts, and he does deliveries between traders and things like that. So he's an NPC. You might encounter him on the road, or you might run into him uh, at a trader while he's, getting new work and things like that. That's kind of the concept there. So this is kind of a giveaway for the White River guys. We thought that this white scarf concept was kind of cool, so we kind of went with that. And we've been adding that to all the White River guys so that you can kind of distinguish them. I mean, it's easily distinguishable, but at the same time, you'll see as I show you guys more concepts how this is kind of a key element in each of the White River guys. And this is one of Duke's elite guards. For the Castador, they're kind of like, the Dukes are Native Americans, obviously, and own a casino. And this is one of his elite guards. If you run into this guy, he's probably going to throw that hatchet into your skull and kill you. They're going to be badass. Let's put it that way. So, really excited with this design. It's kind of, it's a bit medieval, but at the same time, it's kind of plausible in a post-apocalypse, I think. So, lots of iron and metal, and yeah, he's just pretty cool. But he's got that native feeling to him. Not all Duke's men are gonna, have this native look. Only the elite guard, basically. But and the Duke himself. Once I reveal him, and this is a female runner. I forgot her name. I didn't write it down on this image, but she's basically the female runner, same as Carson Maxwell. And yeah, maybe they'll just have random names in the game and look like this. I'm not really sure if this is, she's going to be a quest giver or anything like that, but this is just a concept for a character that we're going to build. And yeah, they look pretty cool. Oh, same dude. There we go. This is Trader Bob. I think you guys have seen the actual new model already. I put that on Twitter. But this is the concept that it was modeled from, and it looks a lot like it. So we're really happy with how it come out. But yeah, he's got kind of a mechanical bag here, and all kinds of stuff going on. So yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm gonna take a little break. All right, we are back. Okay, so this is Trader Bob's base. So it's kind of like formerly was probably a scrapyard, and he's used, crushed cars to build walls. So we're making a crushed car model that we can, pick colors from randomly and just surround his base with those. So we're going to be, redoing the settlement of the current Trader Bob's, and we're planning on, building this bus, and we'll probably be built in sections. Like here's a 3-meter section, here's a a tileable 3 meter middle piece, so you can have the bus, a short bus or a long bus, just exclude it, and then here this will be this front piece, which you could just kind of butt up there for a really short bus if you wanted to. So they'll be kind of modular. Should be pretty neat, and then we'll be able to tint them, different colors. So we can do several different bus variants. It should be all right. I don't know if we're going to do the RV. It's just kind of a neat aspect to the concept, but we're looking at ways to build these round towers and stuff like that. So we're talking about a lot of these features and going to try to replicate this. Kind of another neat thing of note is the different colored barrels. One thing I think we're going to do is convert the existing barrel we have to more of a generic barrel that's tinted red for gasoline that you find now, and then we'll have blue ones that can have water in them, and then we could tint it black for oil, and so on and so forth. So hopefully there'll be more barrels, and the interaction with those when shot obviously would be different. But yeah, mainly another nice harvest resource that players can find. This is Trader Hugh. He's going to be the arms dealer in the game. Basically, we're trying to separate all the, give each trader their own identity and kind of gearing up. These guys are going to give you quests that are specifically geared towards the kind of merchandise that they deal in. Trader Bob, he's going to be, dealing in mechanical parts, and if you want a mini bike or a motorcycle, so on and so forth, you'll probably go to him, and he'll give you quests that will, give you parts or give him the parts to build a prototype. Then he'll show you how to craft it, that kind of thing. Kind of a little bit of story intertwined with quest. But Hugh here, he's going to be, the weapons guy, and maybe armor too. I'd have to look at the spec and what we wrote on him, but I know he's definitely got into hunting and firearms. So he looks a lot cooler than the original. I made all the original ones in UMA. It just did what I could with kind of, this is what I had envisioned. But now that we're remodeling these guys, they'll run better. They'll use smaller textures. They'll look way better. So we're getting rid of the UMA traders and replacing them with hand modeled ones. So I'm pretty excited about the memory savings we'll get from that step, and taking them from an early crude prototype to something that looks a lot more competitive with modern gaming. So this is going to look really nice once they're done. And there's Trader Joel. Who doesn't like Trader Joel? What a stud. Anyway, what's funny, I actually have a coat like this, and he just drew it. I mean, it's not quite like that, but it's the wool lined big leather duster. I actually have one in real life, and I thought, and he drew that without any knowledge of that, and I thought, oh, that's actually really cool. Yeah, beard's actually about the same. Mine might be a little longer now. I don't know. Kind of growing it out. We'll see what happens. But he's got the white scarf on too. You're going to notice that kind of theme. I don't know if he's got one, but most of the White River guys have kind of a white scarf. I might have to revisit a couple of these guys. Maybe give him a white handkerchief because he's a farmer. But here's Trader Rec. He's going to be dealing in food and crops and seeds, and we're hoping that he's kind of experimenting with radiated plants, and he's going to be gardening, all that kind of stuff. And it should be there's some new crops that you'll be able to get from him at some point. I don't know. I'm talking down the road here, so don't expect that for Alpha 17, but I'm just purely talking from the story and background perspective of this character. That's what he does. So this is Trader Rec, so it should look a lot cooler than the one we have now, and he'll still be grouchy, I'm sure, unless you bring him a beer, and then maybe he'll like you. So, all right, cool. Moving on. And this is a White River Ranger. This is a faction that the player will be able to join. And these guys, I imagine they're going to have their own little quest line where that they can give the player ranger-oriented quests. So players that like stealth and archery and those kind of things. I think they're gonna love this quest line and want to join this faction. And last but not least, we have wolf armor and saddlebags. So the idea here is to be able to craft this and tame a wolf, and then he'll be your little buddy that follows you around, and you can use him as a pack rat. You can activate him and store things in his bag, and he can follow you around and protect you. And he could alert you when zombies are coming. Maybe the player wouldn't notice, but he would smell or hear them and sooner than you would. So he should work as a nice little alarm system. Of course, that could work twofold. If he starts barking at a single crawler, he might alert a bigger amount of zombies, and maybe that's not what you wanted. But I think it's cool either way. Both ways it plays out nicely. So that's all I've got today. We've got next week. We'll show mini bike. We redid the physics. A whole new physics system for the vehicles. So before we just kind of did some ray casting and fudgery to kind of mimic cheaply, real how would the bike interact with the world. Obviously there's been a lot of issues with the old system, bikes falling through the world, blah, 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 so on and so forth. We're all tired of the bugs. I hate the bugs more than you guys hate them. But anyway, the new system doesn't fall through the world. It feels a lot more like a traditional game. I said, it kind of feels like GTA to me. I mean, it's not as evolved or probably as polished as GTA, but it definitely doesn't feel like old 7 Days to Die at all. So we've got that. I'm going to show you guys the vehicles. So we've got a bicycle, we've got a motorcycle, the mini bike's redone, and we're working on other ones. So I'll see you guys then. Thanks for listening and watching, and we'll talk to you soon.